Welcome back to Tenor Guitar Time. And if you've been following my lessons, I apologize. My landlord is selling the property of the house I've been living in for 22 years. So we're packing up, throwing away old stuff, and house hunting. So it's going to be a little difficult for me to get the lessons out every week, but I will try my best. Today we're working in Chicago tuning, which is D, G, B, E, like the high four strings on a regular guitar. So for today, let's go over the D major scale down at near the second fret, but we're going to extend up on the high string up to the 10th or 12th fret. I recommend learning your scales with as few open notes as possible. If you learn your scales without any open strings, then you can play them anywhere on the neck. Let's go over the D major scale. So if you learn these D major scale notes, when you're playing a song in D major, you can use these notes to make up your melodies or solos. And here are the notes of the D major scale in this position. Let's extend to the higher octave now. And back. Okay, so now let's just practice this around a few times using the metronome. The one thing I wanted to bring your attention to was your fingering on this high string. Probably don't usually play their scale going up like this. This is kind of more of a sitar method where you play on one string. You can think of different ways to use your fingering on the high string. Now my sitar teacher would have said just use your first finger until you get to the note that you're going to turn back to the other direction on, then you use your second finger. So he would suggest to go like this. I think most guitar players or mandolin players would probably use more fingers. One way is you can use all four fingers and then just use your pinky to slide up on the last two. And I kind of use that. I think I used that one or the sitar method. Or you could go like this. Then you're already in position to So I'm going to go around a couple of times playing one note per beat, and then we'll do two notes per beat. And I'll just go around maybe 2 cycles of each. All right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Double time. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now another way that to practice the scale is to mix up the order of the notes, and it's maybe more interesting and more musical, and we're going to just alternate. My old guitar teacher used to call this the thirds scale, and it just means you're playing one note and you're skipping to the third note, go back to the second note, go 3 notes from there, and so on. So I'm stopping again. I just went one note past the octave, the D note, and then we're going to start again on that D note for the second half. Whoops. Yeah, no, that's right. And again, we went one note we went up to the E note to end the phrase nicely. All right, then coming down on the high string, it's kind of like a spider walk. So that time we went one note lower below the D and came back to the D. And then from that high D, middle octave D to the low D. All right, so we get back to the bass note, and then we just end with this. Okay, so let's practice this thirds method with the metronome. Same. 3, 4. Once you get familiar with your D major scale notes, have a friend play a rhythm. Just stay on the D chord. Have someone play a D chord or put one on a looper pedal, and practice making up melodic phrases using those notes of the D major scale. All right, thanks for joining me on Tenor Guitar Time. Check out more info on Patreon, and let's keep practicing.